My daughter kept mentioning a man named Jason. When I found out who he was, I installed cameras everywhere. I always thought the sackers part of being a parent was childbirth, or maybe those first terrifying nights home with a newborn. I was wrong. The sackers moment came when my 4-year-old daughter Lily started talking about a man I'd never met. It began innocently enough. Lily was coloring at the kitchen table while I prepared dinner. Without looking up from her drawing, she said, "Jason says purple dragons are better than pink ones." I paused, knife hovering over the cutting board. "Who's Jason, sweetie? He's funny," she replied, switching to a blue crayon. "He comes over when I am with Miss Heather." Miss Heather was our babysitter parent, a college student who watched Lily 3 afternoons a week while I worked. She'd been with us for 6 months with glowing references from another family in our neighborhood. I tried to keep my voice casual. "Does Miss Heather know Jason?" Lily nodded enthusiastically. "They kiss a lot. It's gross." My stomach dropped. I asked my husband that night if he knew anything about a Jason. He didn't. We agreed to ask Heather directly the next day, but when I casually mentioned, "So, has Lily met any of your friends lately?" Heather just shook her head. "No, just me and her doing our usual crafts and reading," she said, not meeting my eyes. That night, Lily refused to wear her favorite pajamas because Jason said they looked like baby pajamas. When I asked more questions, she clammed up, suddenly interested in her stuffed animals. I couldn't sleep. Who was this man spending time with my daughter? Why was Heather lying? The next morning, I called in sick to work and told Heather I wouldn't need her that afternoon. Then I installed a small camera in our living room bookshelf and another in the kitchen. 2 days later, I watched the footage while Lily napped. For the first hour, everything was normal. Parent Heather reading to Lily, helping her with a puzzle. Then came a text, and Heather's demeanor changed. 20 minutes later, the front door opened and a man walked in like he owned the place. Jason was tall, tattooed, and looked about Heather's age. He immediately went to the fridge, grabbed a beer parn, my husband's craft beer parn, and flopped onto our couch. Heather giggled as he pulled her down beside him. Lily was coloring nearby, completely ignored. What happened next made my blood run cold. Jason noticed Lily watching them and said, "Hey kid, go play in your room. Grown-ups need alone time." When Lily hesitated, he added, "Remember our secret game? If you go play quietly for 30 minutes, you get candy. But if you tell your mom about our game, no more candy ever." I watched hands shaking as my daughter nodded and disappeared into her bedroom. The camera caught Heather and Jason making out on my couch before they moved to my bedroom, parent out of camera range. I didn't wait to confront Heather the next day. I called her immediately and fired her. When she protested, I mentioned the cameras. But the real conversation happened with Lily that night. Gently, I explained that Jason and Heather had broken our family's trust rules, that grown-ups should never ask children to keep secrets from their parents, that she wasn't in trouble, but I needed to know everything Jason had ever said to her. "He told me your bedroom was boring," she said innocently, "and that I am annoying when I talk too much, and that if I told you he comes over, he wouldn't bring me candy anymore." We installed more cameras, changed our locks, filed a police report about the unauthorized entry. The officer told us this wasn't technically a criminal matter since nothing was stolen and Lily wasn't physically harmed, but they would keep the report on file. I found Heather's previous employers, paired the ones with the glowing recommendation rat out. They'd fired her for similar reasons, but were too uncomfortable to tell me the truth when I called for a reference. It's been 6 months. Lily has a new babysitter parent, my retired mother-in-law. We've had many conversations about appropriate adult behavior and secrets versus surprises. Sometimes she still mentions Jason, usually when she's testing boundaries. "Jason let me have ice cream before dinner." Each mention is like a knife twist, a reminder of how easily someone entered our home, interacted with our child, and taught her to keep secrets from us. The cameras stay up. The extra locks remain. And that fear, part the one that wakes me at night, part that someone could so easily betray the most sacred trust, that stays too because the monsters aren't under the bed. Sometimes they're the people we invite into our homes.